like,
Gather your thoughts.
it was like,
Pablo, it's recording.
really, it's because like she made me go, and after I was finished, I was like, forget it, I'm done, forever. And I was not done forever. So,
Thank you. Put your head again.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Pablo Alvarez. I'm a 3/4 dancer, and most of you know who I am. Today, I'll be talking about mindsets. And you've already seen people come up here saying that, oh, I'm going to fail at this. I'm not going to do good. It's not going to be great. But that's not the proper mindset that you need to bring yourself to. When you come up here, you should be thinking, I'm going to ace this. Everything's going to be fine. And that's how you should take it with dancing as well. When I first entered this dance room, I didn't know what journey I would embark on. Throughout my entire experience of dancing, and through my entire years of dance, I've learned how a non-comparative mindset, as in not comparing yourself to everyone, not saying that, oh, I can't do that extension, or I can't do that aerial, not comparing yourself brings you to an open mindset that allows for better performances. Back in 2013, for example, when I performed in Dreams 2, I hid in the back of every dance. I was petrified of performing. Never would I ever, even during practices, go to the front of every practice. Never would I go to the front of every performance. But this year, I narrated the Mission Fusion show, and I never knew that I could actually do something like that. I never knew that I would be able to do that, and it's because I had an open mindset. In addition to what I've learned in dance, it wasn't simply how to perform. I've learned how to name all of these technical skills. We've learned how, for example, in my first evidence, we've learned how to artistically percept these dances. For example, a changement, or a pas de chat, or an arabesque. A year ago, or 2 years ago, none of you would have known what I just said. You wouldn't have known what that is. And so, these new terms allow us to actually understand one another, and it allows us to communicate with one another, and it allows us to understand fully and more truthfully. For example, in my second evidence, in the Afro Blocco, or for example, during your warm-ups and your workouts, you find that it's much easier to call a squat a grand plie, as Ms. Mansell has said earlier, the other day. That rather than a squat, it would be a grand plie or a tendu, because you would understand one another fully and more understandingly, because it's just, you just understand one another more. But in dance, you don't just learn to perform, you learn how to name all of these things, you learn how to, like I said, artistically percept all of these dances. We learn what a tendu is. We know what a pirouette is. It's not just a turn, it's not just a pointed foot, but a tendu and a pirouette. In dance, you learn to have confidence. You learn to have an open mindset, and you learn the proper naming. And you learn how to perform. And I'm done. All right, cool. All right, that's it.